Welcome back, National Hopes 2020. Connie Psihogios, the giant killer.
5-0.
5-0 says Uncle Frank. Frank
is even better, but I know that for Australian people the R is very hard. So
well, the boys' quarterfinals were, I don't even know how to describe it. Frank?
I think wow.
Just
wow. Daniel Noura beating Nicholas Lam. Not yet, but
he beat
Lucas
Nicholas Lam. Nicholas Lam has just been defeated.
Lucas. Still a bit of work to beat Nicholas.
So many ups and downs in the career of table tennis kids. And Frank, I said it earlier, I joined the camp at the end yesterday, and my last message to the parents was just encourage. In a way, like they're just little kids and they get their little heartbreaks and their little setbacks, but it's all about encouragement for me. I don't know if I'm missing something there, or it's just my method, or what do you think?
Well, it's about encouragement and it's also about learning, to be honest. If you're Lucas Lam right now, you want to go to the World Hopes, you want to go to all this, but you're 10 years old.
There's so much time to go.
You have so much time for everything, and this match against Daniel, I think he didn't play his best table tennis, maybe being a bit passive, maybe rushing a little bit. It's if he can learn from that, he will be a lot stronger when it matters more. When he's a little bit older, he has 7 more years as a junior, and I don't know how many as a senior. So, it's a setback. But if he can learn from it, the experience will be unbelievable.
Meanwhile, Charlie Hollow over there, Frank, update us there.
7-5 to Charlie in the decider against Nicholas Chi. Here again, so Daniel was second in his group, playing against Lucas Lam. Charlie finished second in his group, and he's playing against Nicholas Chi, who finished first, beating Daniel Noura in the group.
Okay, to matters at hand, Kathleen Yeung. We got a good look at her in her earlier match with a 3-0 win. Frank, I'm going to let you take over commentary because I've got a bit of an issue here.
Yeah. So Kathleen Yeung, who is 4-1. This match against Connie can put her in a very, very good position. Very good flick from Kathleen here. So yeah, as I said, 4-1 could be in a very good spot to qualify, but at the same time, Connie is such a huge favorite that it's more like a bonus here. So if Kathleen plays without any pressure, it can be a very, very surprising result.
A slight technical issue there, Frank. Sorry about that. Yeah, so Kathleen, we got a good look at her in the earlier round. She's a handy little player. She's adaptable too, Frank. Like, she can change her game around a little bit. But obviously against a giant killer, it's a big ask, I think.
Yeah, but I think she should be inspired by what Daniel Noura just did. No one is unbeatable. Yeah. So
I think that's the other thing at this age group, sort of. As the tournament wears on and as the camp wears on, the level sort of just comes, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm explaining that best, but it just sort of condenses into sort of a smaller margin between, let's say, the number 1 and the number 8, but also the number 1 and the number 2.
Yeah,
and that's with every event.
Yes, and in particular in this format where it's best of 5, that brings a lot. If you play best of 7, you're down 1-0, 5-2, you still have plenty of time. Best of 5, if you're down 1-0, 5-2, you start
feeling it.
Yeah, you start feeling it. You're in a bad shape.
One negative thought comes in. If I lose this point, I might be down 2-0. Before you know it, you're 10-8 down.
Yeah.
But here we have it, 9-all.
9-all, Connie to serve.
And this. Watch how smart this little girl is. And safe.
That's the rule of table tennis. You need to play one more ball on the table and the opponent.
Wow, nice and wide ball. Kathleen Yeung, very impressive young girl. Nice play.
Well played again.
Many of the girls, or a lot of the girls, very similar styles, Frank? Kathleen and even I noticed with the young Queensland girls, it's quite similar. Is that a fair call, or do you think that's an unfair call?
No, I think it's pretty fair. We have 4 or 5 players that play in a similar way. So we have Kathleen, we've seen Victoria Zhang before, we've seen Yeung, we've seen Yi Su. All those girls, they like the fast pace, when there is not too much spin, when they can counter-attack and hit quite hard. Yeah. Yes, no real weakness.
You wouldn't say one is stronger than the other, the forehand or the backhand. Obviously, you get a bit more power with the forehand, but technically, both sides look pretty good.
Yeah, usually with those kind of players who like fast pace, I find their backhand a lot more dangerous and a lot more stable. And trying to find the middle area is the challenge, or trying to change the pace of the ball, trying to change the amount of spin in the ball. Kathleen Yeung, who took the first set.
Yeah, 11-9. Big
Yeah.
first set for Kathleen Yeung.
Yeah, while Jasmine Wu is up 1-0 against Hanyul Kim. Eugene Hong up 11-10 in the first set against Yi Su. Charlie Hollow and Nicholas Chi still going at it.
What's the score there, Frank?
10-8 in the fifth to Charlie on
Match
serve.
ball, Charlie Hollow.
Takes pivot.
There it is.
And 11-8 Charlie. Another upset.
Well done to the Mornington camp over there. Sam Palmer been here all week working with his troop, helping out at the National Hopes camp, developing his coaching repertoire. Well done to those boys as we get back to the action. It's, also just looking at Connie's game, she plays a bit like that previous boy we watched, Matthew Savage, I was going to call him, Oscar Savage. Very similar sort of game, looking for the forehand open up, Frank.
Yes.
The sort of game she won't like as it progresses, her career progresses, is the sort of Kathleen Yeung game where it is fast attack. You're willing to push the ball out, make that first block, get into the fast game. It's sort of the antidote to the Psihogios game. Is that a fair call?
I think so. Connie has this skill with forehand top spin. She can top spin. She can bring a lot of spin in the ball, change the position. However, in the backhand rally, when the pace is very, very fast, she's a little bit less good than someone like Kathleen. She can still obviously hold the ball on the table and play fast, but she has a tiny bit less variation in this area of the game.
Timeout called.
Early timeout.
Very early timeout. Connie confused by the timeout called by Michael Mastromonaco. Interesting timeout there. Just starting to work on this set and the next, Frank.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a tactical adjustment here. We saw Kathleen opening up down the line with backhand, Connie taking the ball a little bit late. Maybe it's going to be a change of placement from Connie, trying to look for the wide forehand area.
I also think her concentration was a little bit out there. I feel like she was, not totally focused on the match, and Mike was maybe picking her up on that.
Yeah.
Do you start the psychological teaching at this age, Frank?
I think so. We spoke a bit about attitude earlier today. This is definitely part of attitude. How focused are you? How positive are you? What's your body language? It's the things you pick up on more than forehand, backhand.
Yeah.
In match situation at this level and at this age.
Well, let's just talk hypothetical for a second. Should Kathleen win this match, let's just assume for a second she won this match, it would throw the girls' draw into a spin.
Yes, it would be very open all of a sudden.
Because that'd bring Kathleen into, number one position chance.
Yes, she would be number one tied with
Connie.
Connie.
It'd throw Eijin Hisui theoretically in a number one type player.
Yes, and Jasmine Wu as well, who has I think one loss.
Kim has only lost one, I think.
Hanyul Kim has lost one, but she's down 1-0, 7-9 against Jasmine Wu.
Jasmine Wu is definitely in contention. I don't think she lost one to Connie.
She lost one to Connie, yes.
So that would bring 5 players in contention.
Yes.
Wow. Big moments here. 8-6. Connie Psihogios stepping up a gear to go 8-6. Timeout used. 1 set down. Advantage Yeung. Great serve.
Nice
Smart serve.
Yeah.
Just clipping the edge there, though. 9-6. Just the sort of point you like to see as a coach when you're 8-6 up, 1 love down.
Yep.
With the number 1 seed, the giant killer. An edge ball at that moment. Brings a nice sigh of relief, doesn't it, Frank?
Yes. It is. And Connie, who's going to be...
So important to have a a simple game in these moments when you're a player like Connie. The simple Maestro Monaco, hands up in the air, asking why. To keep it simple, to keep the serve short and just get that spin up like that, and that should be enough, you know. As we have a little break. I've kicked the rogue out of the commentary box, out with the French, in with the Irish. Vive la France. Ashley Robinson, the coach of, what's your player's name there, Ash?
Mr. Daniel Nora.
Daniel Nora in the quarterfinals. He was basically out of the tournament coming into that one, but Ash, from a commentary box perspective, now he's into the semi-final.
Yeah, it's a bit of a whirlwind, yeah. So he lost in the group, so he did to Nicholas Chi, 3-1. It was a tough match. Then we went out and beat arguably the best player in the tournament, Lucas Lum, 3-2. So we're still in it.
Isn't it funny how sometimes a loss sort of just is exactly what your athlete needs, you know? Like you get a loss and then sometimes it's sort of what works for you.
Yeah, kick-starts you, yeah. It's a live or die situation now as well, you know. In the group stage you can come first or second, but now any loss puts you out, and we're in the semi-final now, I think, against Stephen Liu, is it?
What were you thinking there at 8 all or 8-9 time out? Were you thinking
7 all time out? And then they called time out at 8-9.
I didn't see the 7 all time out. Sorry, I went outside.
Oh, okay. No, I actually, whenever you're so involved in the match, I actually can't remember at the moment now because I get so emotionally involved.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, heart was a few butterflies inside it.
No.
But no, it was a good win from Daniel, and may it continue. Let's see how he can go for the rest of the tournament.
Thanks a lot, Ashley. Good luck for the rest of it.
Cheers.
Yeah, isn't it funny, Frank, how sometimes like you get that loss into your player and it sometimes works in your advantage. Like he sort of almost, the pressure comes off you. Do you know what I mean? Like you just release the pressure off you and you say, you know what, oh well, it's not my sort of tournament, and then next one you can come out and play a blinder.
Yeah, no, it's...
if that's what happened. I mean, we don't really know what happened out there, but yeah.
Yeah, it's always tough. I mean, when you lose that kind of match, when you're huge favorites, actually crying afterwards lets you evacuate everything.
That's the one I'm saying with Nora after he lost that one.
Yeah, against Nicholas Chi after he lost,
And then he comes out and beats the big dog, you know, the number 1 seed. Yeah, it's interesting.
But I mean, different people have different opinions on the kids crying after matches. I'm on the opinion that it's fair. You give everything, you want to win, you try your best, you lose, you're disappointed. You can cry. As long as it doesn't become a ritual of I lose, I cry, I lose, I cry. It can help you evacuating the negative thought and restarting. But just one thing about Ashley Robinson's timeout at 7-all. Very high level timeout.
Okay.
Very high level on
Tell us about
receive.
It. It's 9-5 here for Kathleen up against the giant killer Connie, who might have to step it up soon, but over the next few points explain why it was a giant timeout at 7-all.
Well, in the fifth set, basically both players were winning all the points on their serves. Lucas was up 7-5, Daniel on serve. Daniel wins 2 points in a row. You could have the idea of, okay, he won 2 points in a row, he's back to even. Maybe I let it play, but no, he called timeout here and had a real impact. Then it's 8-all, 10-8 to, no, it's 9-7 to
9-7.
9-7 to Daniel. So it's
giant timeout.
Giant timeout. Quite often between a genius timeout and the worst timeout in history, it's very thin
Marginal,
line.
Yeah.
But yeah, being able to call it there and that it pays off. Congratulations, Ashley.
Congratulations, Ashley Robinson from the Loops Club, Ireland. Connie Psihogios fighting back here with a set ball now.
10-9. Oh, what a defense from Connie. Oh, 10-all.
Getting a little emotional there. It's the other little things that the coaches are managing here at this event, like the emotional level of your player, right? You know it's a long 9-match round robin. You can just see Connie here. I feel like she's a little bit spent. Is that a fair call? Like she looks a little bit. She's not as focused as I've seen her.
No, it's pretty hard for Connie as well. You know, she's very young. She has a lot of exposure as well.
Yep.
You know, when you play Jan Fangley, Stephanie Sang, and 5-6 days later you play in your age group against players who try their hardest, put you in trouble. It's very hard at this age to filter, and that's, I think, the coach's job to filter those things, to filter those thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, 10 years old Connie, she's on national television, she's on the internet everywhere. It's hard.
Doing a great job here to save 3 set balls to avoid a 2-1 deficit. Now goes to 12-all. You're right though, it's been a big program for Connie, and it's a lot to take in. And yeah, no, absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And you're right, that's where the coach needs to just really just help maintain the quantity of work that gets put into the girl.
Yeah. And also managing the expectations.
Yeah.
Okay, you qualified for stage 2, but it doesn't mean that your opponents are gonna let you win.
There you go again. Connie Psihogios now goes 2-1. Good fight back there. Well done to Connie. Good showing here from Kathleen Yeung. 1-2. It's been a good event for her. It's the first time I've seen her at the Hopes event, Frank.
It's the first time I've seen her.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, a very, very good player. Very good, very impressive. A lot of focus.
From the Elite Table Tennis Club in Sydney. Producing another good player. Doing a good job down there in Sydney.
Yeah. And that's what I was talking about, the start of the fourth here for Kathleen. It can be very tough after having opportunities in the third. Keeping
nice
the focus,
ball.
Well done.
Beautiful
Well done,
ball.
Kathleen. While on the other tables, Jasmine Wu is up 2-1, 8-7 against Hanyul Kim. Eugene Hong up 2-1 but down 8-5 in the fourth against Yi Jian Su. And the other matches are done.
A nice practice session on table 4, Frank.
Yes. Pretty funny game on table 3 between Eugene and Yeung, playing the exact same way. Trying to go hard. It's go hard or go home.
I think the big difference there for me with the two kids is I'm looking at that sort of spin on the first spin from the Queensland girl there. It just looks that little bit sort of more touch on the rubber.
Yeah, a tiny bit more touch, but at the same time, Yeung is a lot more solid with the backhand.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot more safe. So yeah, it's a good match.
Timeout called from the Yeung family. 5-2, 1-2. Telling times.
And a win from Jasmine Wu, 11-9 in the fourth against Hanyul Kim.
Only one loss for Jasmine.
Yeah, looking good, Jasmine.
Trying to keep winning and consolidate her second place. Good effort from the Western Australian camp. I think we're going to have him in the commentary box next match with you, Frank.
Yes, it's going to be Ajit from Western Australia, who had a fair few players as well at the development camp.
Western Australian table tennis is alive and well, Frank. Let me tell you that. At the development camp, we had 7 players, and they were all very efficient young players, working hard, working as a team, tracksuits on every day, good multi-ball feeding, great understanding of what training is. Yeah, it's alive and well, and that's, I think, AJ who's doing a great job there in Western Australia. So we're going to bring him into the commentary box with Frank and I after this match.
Perfect. And also on Western Australia, they had 3 players at the New Zealand Championships. So Nicolas Yeo, Ryan Vardinejad and Jasmine Wu, who all performed very well. It's good to see.
It's great to see, yeah.
It's very good to see. 9-3 Connie.
I think I was talking to the Western Australian coach, AJ, a couple of days ago, and he was saying that their goal is to defeat Queensland. Their only goal
Good luck
in life.
Good luck to them.
Challenge accepted by Frol.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, that ball there setting up 6 match balls. Kathleen Yeung has been impressive, whilst Connie Psihogios storms away with yet another win. We'll be back soon.